Hello, welcome back to part two of making our patriotic mason jar. We have let our mason jar dry now for at least an hour in between coats. You could have put it on a second coat if you want to. And now I'm going to remove my tape. I'm going to remove my tape really slowly and gently. Try not to pull off any of the white tape or paint. So I'm just going to do it really slowly. This is painter's tape, so it should um, not take off any paint, but sometimes some paint comes off, some white paint. That's why it's good to use the multi-surface paint, or the multi-surface paint that I was talking about earlier in other videos, or also I think chalk paint would help, but I haven't actually used it, so I can't say for sure. And letting it dry, that's another key thing, is giving it a good amount of time to dry will also help keep the paint from peeling off. So, and now I'm going to pull off my second layer. I'm just going to do it kind of slowly. And if you want to, I'm probably not going to do this, but if you're really finicky and like things perfect, you could go over the red with your marker or with your paintbrush. I'm not sure what I do with mine. Um, and fix up the lines if you don't like them, if you feel like they're not straight, which then case you should let it dry again a little bit for a little bit of time. That you probably don't have to do as long as this part, but um, and then you can move on to the next. But you should let it dry a little bit if you decide to fix up the lines a little bit. Now I'm going to remove the bottom tape, and I'm going to do it kind of slow. If you see on this side some paint came off, that's okay. My jar, when I spray painted this, some of it got kind of bubbled from the spray paint. I think it's because I was getting close to the end of the spray paint, and so it got kind of some air in it, and I think that's why it's peeling off. For the most part, it hasn't been peeling off, and I kept all the ones that looked like that for myself for my demonstration. So yours should be pretty good. You shouldn't have too much trouble with paint peeling off. I haven't, except for the parts that have had the bubbling. So you see, if I show you this, the only part where I'm having trouble with the paint peeling is where you can't actually see this, but there's some bubbling from the spray paint. So that's why that happened. Um, I did this the same way on this one. This is spray paint as well, and this side didn't quite have the same bubbling problem, but I did have it on this side, the bubbling. But like I said, I kept all of the ones that I saw that had the bubbling for me, so you should be good. So the next part I'm gonna do is I gave you a I gave you a third piece of tape, or what did I do with my? Oh, there. There's my tape. So I gave you a fourth piece of tape. I'm gonna just measure out mine, and we're gonna put this this fourth piece of tape over the red line, and that's just going to help protect the red line from not getting covered with blue paint. And you don't have to be too perfect with getting this. I actually like to give it a little bit of a buffer. So, and you can go back in and fix it later when we're done with the blue part. So I'm just putting tape around the red, a little bit slightly above the red line. I'll show you in a moment. like that. And this is where the ball line is, and this is my red lines, just slightly above. And the next part is optional. You can just paint it blue if you want to, but I also gave you some stars to put on, star stickers. And what you're gonna do with these is that you're gonna put them on before you paint them, which I'm gonna do in a moment. And then we're gonna paint some layers of blue. And this one you should let it dry completely. Um, with this one, I did the same thing. And the secret here is that this paint I accidentally used the regular acrylic, so it should be fine, but you should let it dry completely. And I just let it dry overnight if you're going to do the stickers. This one, if you see on the back, I peeled it off early, and I actually peeled it off. I think I let it dry like an hour, maybe an hour or two, and it still started to peel off. You can see the clear spots, and you can't even really see the star shape. Didn't turn out that good. But I left some on just to check how it was going to work, and I left these ones on overnight. And these ones came out really well. So I think the trick is to let it dry um, enough time, which is, so far what I've been seeing is overnight should be good, and then you can peel it off. You should peel it off slowly, but I'll show you how to do that um, in a moment. That'll be in another part, but now we're gonna paint on our paint. I'm gonna put my stickers on. So what I'm gonna do with my stickers, I'm gonna put one in the center on one side. I'll show you what I've done in a second. It's okay if they overlap a little bit on the rim of the mouth. These are a little bigger than the stickers I was using on this jar, but they're pretty good. So I'm putting them on like this, and I'm probably gonna put one on each side. I gave you 4 big stickers because initially I was using different stickers for this one, and I couldn't find them, so I had to order these stickers off of Amazon. So I'm gonna put one on the side. Actually, I might skip the side for this one just because I have that bubbling that I was talking about, and I think that's gonna take off paint. So I think I'm just gonna do one on the back. So like that. So that's the one I have on the back. And then I'm gonna take my little stars, and this one you can just kind of do, and it doesn't matter what color there are. That's why I just kind of I gave you everyone 6 stars. It doesn't really matter. I think the ones that are probably going to be the worst are the blue ones because it's going to be hard to tell um, which is which. So I think I have a lot of those. So, or when you're peeling it off, it's going to hard to tell what's paint and what's sticker. But so now I'm just going to place my stars how I like them. And I'll show you what I've done when I'm done. Just kind of, I usually just go for something that looks kind of symmetrical looking, and then or I like kind of have them travel along the edge. So I'm gonna put one on the back. Wait, where did I put that one? Put one on the back here. Like this. And I have one more sticker to put somewhere. Where I'm gonna put it? Hmm. I'll put it right there. So this is what I've done with my stickers. You can do decorated however you wish. And now I'm going to paint over them. The stickers are primarily being kind of a mask to keep the white from being covered in paint. So now I'm going to use my blue paint. I'm going to dip my brush in my blue paint and just cover the top part. And this is another part where you should just paint kind of lightly and not too thick at first. If you want thicker layer and it's not a more opaque layer, what I would do is just do one light layer and then let it dry a little bit and then come back for another layer, like we did with the red lines. So. And paint, like with the stickers, I just paint kind of lightly so you don't accidentally lift up the sticker. Lightly over. Little strokes is what I'm kind of doing, particularly around like the edge of the rim or where there's stickers, some light dabs. Let me see how I'm doing with my covering of my blue. Need to get the back. And now I'm going to paint the top, and I'm just going to do kind of paint it around the edges like this. And so now I'm just going to paint all the way around. And then when you have a nice coat, one coat, you can leave it how it is, how you see it, and let it dry. And you can be done with that, and then let it dry overnight before you pull the stickers off. But if you want it to be more opaque, I would just let it dry for a little bit and then come back and do another layer of paint. I haven't actually tested this, but one thing I think that might help with the stickers too is if when you go around with your second layer, to not quite paint too heavy over the sticker part. But I probably will just do it the way I've been doing it, which I'll just paint over it. And like I said, for the stickers to turn out the best, my suggestion is to let it sit overnight, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be done now, and I'm going to do another coat in a little bit, and then I'm going to let it sit overnight. So that's the end of this part, and I'll be back to show you in another section where I'll remove my stars and show our finished product. I hope this craft turns out well for you. I'll be back um, in another segment to reveal our finished product, and see you later. Bye.